The man swam underwater for 3 days and 3 nights. Just as he was about to suffocate, he finally broke the surface, gasping for air. But when he turned, he spotted his teammates, 2 men clinging to a float barely alive. Ryan scanned the area. Besides the wreckage of their crashed plane, there were 2 inflatable rafts. He hauled them over, managing to pull his 2 teammates aboard. Still, worry gnawed at him. Nothing but endless ocean stretched in every direction. Not a speck of land in sight. This stretch of sea was a battlefield between Japan and the US, making the odds of a rescue vanishingly small. Jack and Tom instantly crumpled into hopelessness, convinced they'd die here. But Ryan refused to give in. As long as we're breathing, there's a chance, he said, rummaging through the survival kit. He found 2 chocolate bars and 3 bottles of water, enough, he calculated, to last 20 days if they rationed. A tiny piece of chocolate and a sip of water each day. So they drifted, adrift in the Pacific, waiting for a miracle. Night brought plummeting temperatures. They huddled in the rafts, hugging themselves to stay warm, until a strange bumping sound jolted them awake. Sharks circled, gliding around the rafts again and again. The 3 spent the night in terror, but by some grace, the sharks never attacked. At dawn, Ryan spotted a rescue plane overhead. He didn't hesitate, firing a signal flare. Jack dumped green dye into the water, hoping to mark their spot against the blue. But the plane was too high. From that altitude, they were no bigger than ants. Their shouts faded into the wind. Ryan fired another flare. Still, no response. They watched the plane disappear over the horizon, their spirits sinking. Then Ryan noticed it. Only empty chocolate wrappers remained. "What did you do?" he shouted at Jack. Jack hung his head. He'd been too hungry the night before, unable to resist devouring the chocolate. Ryan snapped. He'd clung to hope, only to have it crushed by his teammates' recklessness. By day 3, they were starving in the raft. Jack, finally consumed by regret, sat silently. Around noon, an albatross landed on the raft. Ryan saw their chance, slowly reaching out, then snatching the bird's leg in a quick motion. The 3 grappled to hold it down. The meat was revolting, but they'd gone 3 days without food. They ate it anyway. Moments later, Tom had an idea. Maybe raw fish wouldn't be so bad. He used bits of albatross as bait, dropping the line into the sea. After 5 long hours, they hauled in a large fish. As they stared at their hard-earned meal, Jack sat apart, guilt weighing on him. Ryan and Tom exchanged a look, then invited him over. "We're in this together," Ryan said. They took turns biting into the fish. Its protein content dwarfed that of beef, though Ryan joked it could use some wasabi. And so their long drift continued, adrift on the waves, clinging to the fragile thread of survival.